Hi everybody and welcome to Andy Robinson RC. Cheers for tuning in and checking out the channel and watching today's episode. Okay, so on the channel today we have this. This is the 4-wheel drive Lynx by Playtron. So yeah, again, another buggy that may not be too familiar to people out there, but again, another one I came across and I thought, well, this is cool, this is worth showing to people, especially if people are not overly aware of it. But here it is. So yeah, it is cool, so we're going to delve a little further into this today. Okay, but I'm liking this. It's another of these buggies from the 80s, where I think I said in one of my other videos that there was just so many different manufacturers making sort of, I say different designs. I mean, obviously they must have looked at what other vehicles and models were around at the time, but they've gone and looked at them and they've come up with their own ideas. I say if you liked the sort of more unusual buggies and vehicles by the other manufacturers, then you may like the video we did on this here, which if you've already watched it, you'll know that this is a Shipler Monster. So what I'll do is I will put the links in the video for this one about the Shipler, so you can check that out as well. But yeah, so actually Shipler Monster. But again, it's a quirky, different buggy. So yeah, check that one out as well. But I'll just move this off because the video today is about the Playtron Lynx. So, well, I've got a few notes for you, so what can I tell you about this before I take the body off and let you look at it a bit closer? Okay. So it is a 4-wheel drive buggy. This there is a 2-wheel drive equivalent called the Doberman, and essentially it's the same buggy without the front gearbox. That's essentially the difference. So that was called the Doberman. I've not come across the Doberman yet. So it's got a space frame monocoque chassis. Now I'll show you once the body's off. I can tell you it is similarly styled to the Tamiya Frog, or the chassis is anyway. It's got a mono shock, oil-filled shock at the front, and it does also have, again I suppose like a Frog, it has the rear trailing arm suspension. Also our last buggy, the Shipler Monster, had rear trailing arm suspension as well. It's a shaft-driven buggy. The front gearbox in this uses one-way bearings as well. So if the rear of the car is losing grip, this kicks in. And yeah, what else can I say as well? When you bought this would have come pre-assembled, and the only thing you really had to do was spray up the body shell. As well, you would have had to spray up the body shell, put the decals on. Now I haven't got any decals for this, but MCI Racing do some, so I will most likely be ordering some from there. So again, obviously you'll have to put your own radio equipment in as well. Now this one, as much to my knowledge, is being already bull raced, because it wouldn't have come bull raced originally. It's dates around 1985, so mid-80s. So yeah, because I was looking at an article of one of these in one of the older RC magazines, and that was dated 1985. So it's going to be roughly around 85. Maybe it came out the year before, but so we're going to say 1985 for this. And if you were to buy this new, you could get it in the UK. It would have been about £120. This. So that's kind of cool. So there's a few more details for you about the buggy there. Now, I've made a slight mistake, I think, because I usually take off the body fixings on this, so it's easy to get the body shell on and off. But the front clip's on, and then I've actually got it's got a screw in the back, which I'll show you in a minute. So if you bear with me, I'm just going to nip to my toolbox, which I've left down there, and I'm going to unscrew the hex head bolt. So yeah, just bear with me. Yeah, totally professional. Okay, so I'm going to just find my hex head, Allen key thing there, and hopefully that, yes, first one. There we go. Yeah, so this has got a little, let's say, Allen key hex head bolt with a washer on it as well. So we'll just put that there. It now means I can show you this with the body off. Okay, right. So I say that's the body shell. I'm quite liking that. And to me, I could be wrong, but this looks like it's been sprayed in Tamiya camel yellow. But yeah, because I've had that before. I did an astute once in this colour. Anyway, yeah, so that's the body shell. I think you can still get these as a, like, Team Blue Groove might still do a replica body for this. Not 100% now. So if anyone's had one of these buggies in the past or knows of any other information, if you could comment and let me know, that would be brilliant. Okay, so here it is with the buggy with the, let's say, with the body off. And I'm going to tilt it up so you can see it more now. Now, if you look at that there, I think you'll agree. Looking at that, that shares some resemblance to the ORV chassis that the Tamiya Frog used. Obviously other Tamiya derivatives as well, but it does certainly has a similar look to it, doesn't it? I mean, there's no trapdoor at the bottom here for the battery on this, like the Tamiya Frog, but anyway, it does resemble quite a similar chassis design. And I suppose to a degree, so does the trailing rear arm. The gearbox is completely different. This looks, you know, it looks a lot more beefier than the Tamiya ORV gearbox does. And again, I don't think it would suffer from the clicking and slipping that gearbox is prone to. One thing I do think this is missing, so I don't have one, is I think it probably should have a proper motor cover on. It's got a bit of perspex cut out or Lexan and just covered up there, so I might see if I can find one at some point. But yeah, so also as I was saying when I was taking the body shell off, right, at the moment this has got a standard 540 kit motor in, but there's a little like a heat sink on the motor there, and then there's some cooling fins, and then there's a little hole there, and that is where the little screws in to hold the rear of the body on. So yeah, that was kind of cool. So that's how the body's attached to this. I say obviously you've got your trailing arm there, that's the gearbox from the back. You know, I've not had a chance to get this running yet, though we'll be doing soon, I hope. So again, it's not the same, but the bumper is of a similar design, but it's more of a squared bumper. And we've got the monoshock on the front there, which is, you know, again, there's a fair few Tamiya cars that use that design, but I think they were a bit later than this. But it's certainly different. I say it's got a prop shaft running down the side to make it four-wheel drive. And again, this one, it's got the front one-way bearings in as well. And also, I tell you what I do like about this as well, is that the front hubs are cast. I think they're cast alloy, but they look really beefy as well. They do, you know, if you can see in there, but they look really beefy. so they don't look like they're going to break at any point, which is good. The reason I keep angling the wheels this way is because the drive shaft likes to tip out sometimes. It's not. It doesn't help me. It's not connected up with a servo in there, but I might need to put an extra shim inside either the axle cup or the drive cup on the gearbox joint, just to stop it from doing that. But that'll be fine. That's no biggie. The rear shocks are different because I put some. These shocks aren't overly good, so for now I've just put some other rear shocks on that are a bit better. But it's, if I press it down, you can see. There you go. It sticks a bit. Now I've had it all apart at the back and I've cleaned it, and it's still doing it. So what I think I might need to do is and get some graphite powder, and hopefully that'll help it you know, move more smoothly, because the shocks are fine, fresh oil, you know, they work absolutely as they should do. So but it does, when you've got this assembly off, you move the rotating part and it does feel, it feels rough or hard to move, but it's all smooth. And said, I've all cleaned it off, it's just sticking. So I need to come up with a way of you know, making that freer, which I say hopefully some graphite powder might help with that. Otherwise, this is really original. It's got, as far as I'm aware, everything's on here that should be. The original tyres as well, which are not cracked, which is good. They're all in pretty good condition. So yeah, again, I do like these more unique, less known about buggies. I think they're great. So yeah, I'm going to put that there a sec. Now, the chap I bought this off, and I won't give his full name out, you never know, not everyone likes their names being mentioned, but he was called Mark anyway, his first name. So it was very kind enough to sell me this, and it came with a good chunk of spares, which we'll show you. And of course, I got the original manual, which is brilliant. That is always handy to have. So it says, yeah, it says the Lynx foil drive completely assembled 1/10 scale super off-road racing car. And it says Playtron Inc. radio control car, kit number P4000. And I have a quick flick through this now. I was going to see if there's any actual dating on it. Again, it's a bit, I mean, luckily all the instructions with this are in English, which helps, which is good. Again, this is another Japanese car. I'm reading about now. It says Playtron Inc. Nishi. I'm going to try and read it, and hopefully I don't pronounce it too badly. It says Nishi Nakanabu Shinagawa, Tokyo, Japan. So again, another Japanese design. So yeah, you can probably sort of see where that Tamiya, what do you call it, design influence comes from. But yeah, I say all English instructions, which is good. I mean, again, it's nothing like the same quality as the Kyosho or the Tamiya manuals, but you know, it does give you pictures and lots of writing in there and diagrams of how to maintain the car and set it up. So I mean, again, just to have the buggy and with the original manual as well, it's really nice. So it's cool. So I'm just trying to see. Now, I can't see anything with any dates on there, but not to worry. But there you go. So it came with a manual, which is good. And in here, we've got the driver figure, which sort of will sit on there. But I mean, right, so what we got here then? Right, we've got the original manual speed controller, which is good to have. I won't be using that though. They are the two rear oil-filled shocks for this, but I say that they're not very good. Now, parts-wise, we've got a whole new gear case with little brass bushings in, which was good. I mean, it was great to get this all these spares with it. I mean, you know, if I'm going to break something, if I use it, hopefully it's something I've got a spare for. But I would say it was good to get all these spares with it. What we've got here, we've got all the these are the L parts, and it is all the sort of all these gearbox joints and stuff. They actually Allen key in, which is really cool. I like that idea a lot. So we've got a spare set for the prop shaft joints, the Allen key in. So we've got a spare bag of them there. What's this one? We've got a rear shaft set. Another rear shaft set. And actually these got stickers on, and these look like they've been bought from Model Junction in Whitting St Bury as well. And we'll get the prices on as well after all that. Okay, what we've got there? We've got more, just says metal fittings. L22 rear shaft. Front shaft set. Good. What shaft on this? D70, I'm not sure what that is. Not sure what they are. There must be some sort of joints. Might be something to do with the pivots somewhere on it. I don't know. Have to look. I'm not sure on that one. Another front shaft set. We've got all the dog bones and drive shafts there for front and rear. Spare bevel gears and gearbox internals there and there. That is always handy. And then we've got also some really small diff gears as well. I mean, they're bevel gears as well, but they're for inside the diff. So to say, you know, to get all those spares with it is great, really, because I say, because you never know if you do break something how hard it's going to be to you know, get these things. So yeah, there we go. So I hope you like that. And the drive shaft's going to fall out now. There you go. I hope you like looking at that. I think that is a really cool car. And again, I look forward to getting this buggy going at some point. But yeah, I mean, it's nice. I have seen a video of this buggy working as well. The chap who sold it to me sent me a little clip of it running. So I know this has been running. I've just got to literally sort of put some radio gear in it and see if I can get it going myself. But there should be no reason why. But yeah, I think that is rather cool. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd be really interested. I'll just put the body shell back on. Okay. It looks as well, I'm looking at this, it looks like a dead short car. But I think it's a little bit deceiving actually. Because when I placed it against next to my other cars, it doesn't seem as small then. But I think it's just the way it is, just the way it looks. I think it's probably about the size. It's about the size of a Hornet. I keep using Tammy as reference because that's what I've got the most of. So, but yes, so there you go. Rather cool looking Playtron Lynx. And if I come across a Doberman, which is the 2-wheel drive equivalent, we might see if we can get one on to show you. But yeah, so look out for a video of this one coming soon. And just before we go and leave today's episode, I'm just going to quickly show you this. This is Ace, and really pleased with this. Ta-da! There you go. This is the Team Associated RC10 T3. Now, if you've seen some of our earlier videos, you might recognise it. Now, I drove this particular truck last year at the Lakeland Classic at Kendal with South Lakes Model Car Club, along with my factory team B3. And then after the event, I stupidly sold it. I say stupidly because at the time circumstances were different, and I had to get rid of some cars. And originally I only bought this so I could drive it in the truck class. So I thought, oh, might not bother with it again, might run something else next year. So I got rid of it. But I thought recently, oh well, I'll be aiming to enter the South Lakes Lakeland Classic again this year, and I thought, oh, I did really like running the T3. So plus it was my first Team Associate that I bought originally when I was younger. So I thought, well, I'll get a T3 again, I think. Well, it didn't have to be a T3, but I'd like one. And I started looking, and then up popped this. And the guy that I sold it to decided to sell it. So a deal was struck for it, and it arrived. So there you go. So what I'll do is, I won't go into detail too about it now, but I've got it. It's pretty much as I sent it to him when I sold it. The only thing is, it's no good for the track I'm running it on. It's got these Prolines, really soft Proline tyres which are worn down as well, but completely the wrong tread for running on grass. So I was a bit gutted that my Schumacher V2s weren't still on the back, but you know, never mind. Anyway, I'll do a bit more of a video of this again later on, but I just thought I'd sort of show you that, which is cool. Right, okay, that's enough of me talking today. Cheers for checking out this video, much appreciated as always. If you would like to consider subscribing to the channel for more RC content, that'd be awesome. I'd appreciate that, and hitting that notification bell and pressing the like button. Right, we're leaving it for there today. Thank you very much for joining us. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you on the next episode, or you can check one of our other ones out as well. Right, see you later. Bye.